supposed to have good vibes and energy when we talk about creativity. Conference Chair, the Most Honorable Edward Seaga, former Prime Minister and Chancellor of UTEC, the Most Honorable Sir Kenneth Hall and Lady Hall, Custos of St. Andrew, the Honorable Marigold Harding, Her Excellency Pamela Bridgewater, U.S. Ambassador, Mr. Burchell Duane, former Principal, Ms. Denise Salmon, Acting Principal, Ms. Carol Hamilton, Vice Principal, members of the Diplomatic Corps, other members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of staff and student body of Edna Manley College, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, special welcome to our visitors from abroad. Professor Mervyn Morris, good night. Members of the board of Edna Manley College, brothers and sisters, family. Allow me at the outset to commend the Edna Manley College for this very significant activity. And I think we should. First, I must recognize this gesture as an act of recognition and a tribute to our late Professor Rex Nettleford for his outstanding contribution to the development of the arts and the culture of Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. I know he's with us in spirit always. I commend this conference on its timeliness and in its recognition of the need for us as a people to bring the intellectual pragmatic together at one table to find solutions and identify strategies for us to engage the economic landscape in an appreciation of the value of the creative sector. Additionally, I want to commend the organizers for selecting one of the foremost minds and spirits of the actualization of this merger of intelligentsia and industry, the Most Honorable Edward Philip George Seaga, whose historic engagement of the arts and culture of the Jamaican people understood from his earliest intervention its social, spiritual, and economic power. My mentor. Today, for my part, I want to add my own support and that of my ministry, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, the ministry responsible for gender as well as children and community development. The creative industries are very dear to my heart. Please understand that when I speak of the creative industries, I also include sports, which I see as physical culture. In fact, Usain Bolt's so-called antics before and after a race is a direct reflection of sports as entertainment and has served to bring transformation to that activity. The creative industries, ladies and gentlemen, represent the foremost elements of Brand Jamaica and reflect the triumph of our people over the forces of oppression, or as Rasta would say, downpression. They are the living testaments of that triumph in which our people reach down into the entrails of their original traditions and heritage and created new forms of being, and doing that succeeded in taking over the world, or as Miss Lou would say, in colonizing the world in reverse. This sector represents the strength and the prowess of our people. It allowed the small man to become a big man because it knew no barriers of class or education. In fact, it resided in the people having confidence in who they were and who then refused to bow to the altar of Eurocentric forms but retained their unswerving commitments to the authenticity of their own forms. It saw a human creativity that knew no bounds, which grew and flourished as long as that humanity always engaged it with sincerity and respect. Through it, ordinary men and women stood tall as tradition bearers and artists, whether as Bob Marley, drinking from the cup of persons like Mortimer Plano, or Malachi Caparenos, dwelling in the creative pot of revivalism and communal life, or as Queen Kennedy, taking her cue from the Congolese tradition, or so many other artists and culture bearers who have populated our communities with sounds and images that have served us so well. In this regard, this conference must be mindful of this reality as we seek to authenticate ourselves and bring greater strength culturally and economically to our creations. It must not be an occasion to speak in abstractions, but rather to promote a dialogue that will be understood by the financial and productive sector. It must be a dialogue that seeks to find solutions to the persistent poverty associated with the most creative members of the sector, that defies the naysayers who refuse to understand the sector and bring clarity to our operations and aspirations. In this regard, I want to recommend that we promote a dialogue that not only looks at ways to replicate and multiply our efforts at creation. We are a very creative people, but more so at the needs for distribution, for export, for marketing, and for penetration of the mainstream marketplaces of the world. It must be about how to ensure that the prowess of Caribbean dance, fashion, film, music, etc. is expressed in Africa, Europe, Australia, and other parts of the world. Perhaps it is about working more closely with my ministry and the Ministry of Foreign Trade, for example, to ensure that when we sign bilateral agreements and promote multilateral engagements, we will provide new and real opportunities to our artists and to our producers. It is about new definitions of ourselves as exporters or manufacturers or private sector or small, medium or large businesses. It is about the business of the arts and culture. And places like the Edna College or the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission playing a role in this new paradigm that is a platform for the building of a true industry. I'm excited by the prospects that this conference can achieve if we pull from the earth of our being and extract the source of the original inspiration that made us who and what we are as Caribbean people. We are people who have created the greatest show on earth in Carnival. And you should applaud yourselves. The best food that anyone anywhere could experience. A music that has been the balm of oppressed people and those in need to enfranchisement. We're talking about reggae music. The only new musical instrument of the 20th century, the pan. The only new religion of the 20th century, Rastafari. The fastest men and some of the fastest women on planet Earth. And the midst of it all, and in spite of our forced introduction to each other, a space where our people live together in relative harmony and peace. Ladies and gentlemen, with this deliberation, we must affirm that we can still do it and that we can take it to the world and create an industry that can earn us enough to ensure that we have a pension. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hooray! hear it for the NDP. The Honorable Olivia Grange, Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, Sir Kenneth Hall, former Governor General and Lady Hall, Custis Harwood Harding, Custis of St. Andrew, the Most Honorable Edward Seattle, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, and this evening's keynote speaker. Are you hearing me? Her Excellency, Ambassador Pamela Bridgewater, Russian Ambassador, Mr. Jugin Vasily, Mrs. Carol Hamilton, and Mr. Keener Sr., co-chairs of the Rex Nettleford Arts Conference, members of the College Board, Mr. Burchell Duhaney, Professor Dixon Gottschall from Temple University, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome to our Arts Conference held in recognition of the outstanding contributions of the late Professor Emeritus Rex Nettleford. I am especially pleased this evening to witness the emergence of a new aspect of the development of the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. We are, as an institution, fully aware of our immense potential and influence, and have invited you here to share in discourse and dialogue through dance, music, literary and artistic expressions, all geared towards fostering the critical role of the arts in national and regional development. The journey to this momentous occasion was no easy feat, believe me, and various challenges emerged along the way. However, your being here today symbolizes our victory in spite of these challenges. This conference under the theme, The Arts, Catalyst for Caribbean Development, is made possible by the College in collaboration with our partners, the National Gallery of Jamaica, and the Jamaica Arts Development Foundation, and the contributions of many other supporters and like-minded organizations. As we look around this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we see the benefit of such partnerships and the forging of meaningful alliances. We see the benefit of unity in the arts. At the very core of this unity is the cooperation and relentless hard work of the Arts Conference planning team, spearheaded by Vice Principal Carol Annie Hamilton and Keener Senior, lecturer. Please applaud them. Please. They have been wonderful ambassadors for this college, and we have a lot to be thankful to for them. I want to extend a special and warm welcome to all our delegates from the various countries, our local delegates, our donors, generous contributors, supporters, friends, and well-wishers in attendance. Welcome to the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts, the creative mecca of the Caribbean. That we are. The Edna Manley College Rex Nettleford Arts Conference 2011 will not only invoke an awareness of the significance of the arts in the context of economic development, celebration of culture, history, and heritage. It will also highlight the impact of the regional and global reach of our creative industries. As you embark on your second day of conference activities tomorrow, continue to share and be inspired. Welcome again and enjoy. Thank you.